Have you ever witnessed a moment so profound it felt like an entire nation held its breath? For millions, that moment happened every time a 5'5" genius walked onto a cricket pitch. This is the story of Sachin Tendulkar, the boy wonder who became a living god, the man who carried the hopes and dreams of over 1 billion people on his shoulders for more than 2 decades. Our story begins not in a grand stadium, but in the bustling streets of Mumbai. A young, mischievous Sachin was a bundle of energy. His older brother Ajit noticed something special in his sibling's passion for the game. To channel that restless energy, he took Sachin to a man who would change his life forever, the legendary coach, Ramakant Achrekar. Under Achrekar sir's watchful eye, the raw talent began to be molded into something extraordinary. The training was relentless. Famously, Achrekar would place a 1 rupee coin on top of the stumps. If a bowler could dismiss Sachin, the coin was theirs. If Sachin survived the entire session, the coin was his. He collected 13 of those coins, treasures that he values more than any of his countless trophies. It was a testament to his incredible discipline and a hint of the greatness to come. Word of a child prodigy spread like wildfire through Mumbai's cricketing circles. At just 14, he was making headlines, scoring centuries in school tournaments. The most legendary of these feats was his unbroken 664-run partnership with his schoolmate and future Indian teammate, Vinod Kambli. It was a world record, a number so staggering that it announced the arrival of not just 1, but 2 future stars. For Sachin, this wasn't just about scoring runs. It was about an insatiable hunger for the game, a love so pure that it powered him through grueling hours of practice. He lived and breathed cricket. Then, the moment the world was waiting for. In 1989, at the tender age of 16, Sachin Tendulkar made his international debut for India. The stage? A fiery encounter against arch-rivals Pakistan in Pakistan. He would face a bowling attack that featured the likes of Imran Khan, Wasim Akram, and Waqar Younis, a baptism by fire for even the most seasoned batsmen. In one match, a brutal bouncer from Waqar Younis struck him on the nose. He was down, bleeding, and just a boy. The team physio rushed out, but Sachin, with blood on his shirt and steel in his eyes, uttered 2 simple words: "Main Kelaga, I will play." He not only played but went on to score a crucial half-century, showing the world a glimpse of the courage that would define his career. He wasn't just a boy with talent, he was a warrior. The 1990s belonged to Sachin. He traveled to England and, at just 17, scored his first international century at Old Trafford, a match-saving innings that showcased his maturity beyond his years. Then came Australia, considered the ultimate test for any batsman. On the fast, bouncy pitches of Perth, a ground known as a graveyard for touring batsmen, a young Sachin played an innings of 114 that is still considered one of the greatest ever played on Australian soil. Commentators and legends of the game were left speechless. The great Don Bradman himself, the benchmark for batting excellence, saw a reflection of his own style in Sachin's play. It was the ultimate compliment. As Sachin's star ascended, so did the hopes of his nation. India in the 90s was a country undergoing massive change, and cricket was more than just a sport. It was a unifying force, an escape, a source of national pride. And Sachin was its symbol. When he walked out to bat, TVs were switched on in every home, traffic stopped on the streets, and a collective prayer went up across the land. The chant, "Sachin, Sachin," became the nation's heartbeat. The pressure was immense. If Sachin scored, India had a chance. If Sachin got out, 1 billion hearts broke, and TV sets were often switched off. He carried this weight with an almost unbelievable grace. One of his most iconic moments came in Sharjah in 1998. In 2 consecutive matches against a formidable Australian team, Sachin played 2 of the most breathtaking innings in one-day international history. A sandstorm interrupted one game, but when play resumed, a storm of a different kind hit the stadium. A storm named Sachin Tendulkar. He demolished the Australian bowling attack, leading India to the final and then winning it for them. These innings, forever known as the Desert Storm, cemented his status as the undisputed king of one-day cricket. He wasn't just winning matches. He was creating memories that would be passed down through generations. But the journey wasn't without its struggles. A persistent and painful tennis elbow injury threatened to end his career. For a batsman whose game was built on timing and precision, it was a devastating blow. The nation watched anxiously as their hero underwent surgery and a long, arduous rehabilitation. Many wondered if he would ever be the same player again. But Sachin, with his trademark determination, fought back. He had to adapt his game, reinvent his style, but his spirit was unbreakable. He returned, and though perhaps not as flamboyant as his younger self, he was wiser, more calculated, and just as effective. His century against England in Chennai in 2008, dedicated to the victims of the Mumbai terror attacks, was a moment of healing for the entire country. It was a knock that transcended sport. For all his individual records, the first man to score a double century in ODIs, the only player to score 100 international centuries, one dream remained elusive: winning the Cricket World Cup. He had come close in 2003, where he was the tournament's top scorer, but India fell at the final hurdle. The 2011 World Cup, held on home soil, felt like his last chance. The entire team, a new generation of stars who had grown up idolizing Sachin, rallied around him. They weren't just playing for their country, they were playing for Sachin. On April 2, 2011, at the Wankhede Stadium in his hometown of Mumbai, the dream became a reality. India lifted the World Cup after 28 long years. The image of a tearful Sachin being carried on the shoulders of his teammates, taking a victory lap around the stadium, is etched into the memory of every Indian. A young Virat Kohli summed up the feeling perfectly. He has carried the burden of the nation for 21 years. It was time we carried him. It was the perfect culmination of a legendary career. Sachin finally retired from all forms of cricket in 2013. His farewell speech was as masterful as his batting. With humility and grace, he thanked everyone who had been a part of his journey, from his family and coaches to the groundsmen and the fans. As he walked off the pitch one last time, tears flowed freely, not just from his eyes, but from the eyes of millions watching. It was the end of an era. Sachin Tendulkar's legacy isn't just in the numbers, the records, or the trophies. It's in the inspiration he provided to millions. It's in the joy he brought to 1 billion people. He taught us that with talent, hard work, and unwavering dedication, you can achieve the impossible. He was more than a cricketer. He was a phenomenon, a source of hope, and a true hero. The little master who taught a nation how to dream big. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the life of a legend. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Let us know in the comments what your favorite Sachin Tendulkar moment is. Until next time, take care.